Okay, so because class got out a little early, before we finished, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these last part of our notes to help you out. So, when we're finished with that equations or inequalities, I'm going to go ahead and continue on number 2. And same thing as we've been doing online, look for our keywords. So, number 2, the product of a number x and 6 is greater than 5 and no more than 20. What I'm going to do is, I see that this part, when I see the product of and greater than, that means that we're having an equation that will have like two equal signs maybe, or a greater than, so it's comparing two things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to black out. I'm switching my marker real quick. I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. I'm going to black out the second part. So the product of a number of x and 6 is greater than 5. I'm going to block the second part out, and I'm going to solve just for this first part. Alright, so I'm going back. Product, I already remember product means to multiply. And we had that phrase, the product of. So now I can put everything in order. The product of a number x, so my variable x is going to come first. Oops, and I'm going to back up on this part. And when I multiply, I'm going to use the little dot multiplication. So of number x and 6. So I have x times 6, which is the same as 6x. And then I have greater than 5. So when I look at this, my first part should be the product of a number x and 6 is greater than 5. So 6 times x is greater than 5. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and do this second part. And the second part is actually going to take place from here. The product of a number x and 6 is no more than 20. Alright, so I stick with the beginning. The product of a number x and 6. So we still get 6 times x is no more than 20. If you remember, we scroll up. No more than is talking about less than or equal to. So 6x is less than or equal to 20. Now all we have to do is put the two of these together. And the way we're going to do that is, my common thing is 6x. So 6x, and I see 6x is greater than 5. And then on this one, I'm going to throw it over here. 20 goes here, and 20 is greater than or equal to 6 is the opposite way of saying 6x is less than or equal to. So because the 20 was right of the 6x, this time when it's left, I flip my thing. So it says instead of 6x is less than or greater than 20, I can also say 20 is greater than or equal to 6. Alright, let's scroll down. And these last two questions are ones that we do see on your guys' worksheet today. And it's just saying, check whether 3 is a solution to the equation or inequality. So mainly, if I put the number 3 in for our variable, does our statement work? So I'm going to rewrite this. 8 minus 2, and for the x we put in 3. So I'm going to put parentheses. I guess I don't have to put parentheses, but that's okay. And then I'm going to solve. 2 times 3 is 6. So then 8 minus 6 equals 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 equals 2. This one is yes. 3 does make this a solution for our equation. Switch your colors. Do the B. 4x, so I'm going to put 4 times, I'm substituting 3 in for the x. Minus 5 is less than 6. Remember, the less than, all that is, it's instead of using an equal sign, it's saying less than. It's comparing. It's kind of like our teeter-totter. Is it equal? Is it less than? Is it greater than? So let's solve for this left side. 4 times 3 is 12. I'll finish writing the statement here. 12 minus 5 is 7. And then I ask myself, is 7 less than 6? The answer, of course, is no. 3 is not a solution for our equation. Or our inequality, sorry. Alright, so homework. I am going to pull up your homework real quick because a few people have been smart at coming to me during Life Ed. So I want to clarify a few things. See if I can get this thing to work how I want it to. There we go. Okay. 1 through 6, you're just evaluating the expression. So 8 plus a when a equals 5. Substitute 5 in for a and solve for the problem. I want the answer over to here to be what the equation equals. So like number 1, 8 plus 5 equals what? Same thing for 1 through 6. Number 7 through 10, you do not need to solve. You need to just write the equation. Just like we were just doing in OneNote. Just like right up here. The y squared plus 30. That is what we're doing on this homework. On the bottom half, I'm going to scroll out for you. Zoom out. Same thing. Write an equation or inequality. The difference here is we might be using less than, equal to, less than, or equal to, and so on. Number 5 through 8, the tricky part, substitute this number. It's not very clear, but what the problem is z minus 4 equals 9, and then after the semicolon, this number is what we are substituting in for our variable. So like number 5, you would rewrite as 12 minus 4 equals 9. Go ahead and solve, and your answer for 5 is either going to be yes or no. That is exactly like we just did here, A and B. And then I want to point out something on number 9 and 10, because this is a little different than we talked about. Number 9, what is the interest rate on $950 invested for 4 years in an account that earns a simple interest rate of 3% per year? Remember, when you multiply 3%, you're multiplying at 0.03. See if you can figure out how to solve the rest of it. And number 10, reading the problem about what is the average speed of the car. We'll be thinking we want to find, if we went a distance, to find rate, we're going to be dividing by the time. So the distance divided by our time. Alright, if you guys have any other questions, make sure you please email me. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow in class.